We're going to start now. Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon, everyone. We are live once again. This is our episode 3, Real Talk, Real People Stories that's inspired. So we come here and we invite our guests. So we will have a spotlight today. Every Thursday, we invite different business partners to share their journey and how they have been inspired doing this business in spite of their full-time job, or some of them don't have, our guest varies, but this time we have a guest that is still working in the healthcare and have different experience of different kinds of jobs. So she will share her journey about how this business has changed her, and the purpose of why she joined up, and knowing how to show up every single time. Why is it important to show up in our business? So before anything else, I will introduce myself. My name is Angel. I am a mom, a military wife, a social worker by profession, and I am here in the US now. I'm originally from Cebu, Philippines, and I have been running this business for quite some time. So I will have Ryan introduce himself and go ahead and answer our $2 million question. Because to Ryan, it's always consistency with Ryan. He always shows up in all these Ryan, your turn.
Okay, thank you so much, Ate Angel. Good evening from my side. Of course, I'm Pennsylvania, USA. It's 10 p.m. on our side. It's my break time from my online class. I'm Ryan Alexander Lim. I'm a dad of two. And of course, my wife is also working as a dialysis nurse. I'm a nurse educator by profession. I used to have a face-to-face lecture when way back in the Philippines. Actually I started this business when I was in the Philippines. Good thing that I did this business because I was able to bring it here in the United States of America. Portability of the business. So it's still thriving. And the moment I change place, my business is already thriving right now. So going back to the question, how has knowing your purpose changed the way you show up? Purpose. Okay. When you talk about purpose, it gives clarity. So when you know your purpose, you know you become intentional in everything that you do. So like for example, right now I am joining a program that is really shaping my purpose right now, because when I know it, there's clarity. You start to show up in everything, even though sometimes there are days we are only human, that there are days that there's a drag.
That's
But
true.
if you know your purpose, you know you have a clear vision, you have a clear mind, it
Mhm.
shifts your energy, and it's so good that you are with a community of people with the same mind, or with the same wavelength of mind. So it really builds you up. It builds you up. And I'm also, of course, it's a two-way process. It's not only you benefiting from them, it's also you giving an inspiration to them. So it builds resilience, because sometimes challenges feel smaller if you have this purpose in life. And it's in my mind that my purpose is really to help others and to help other people change their life also. So can you imagine from uh, like for example, the second one, how what would you tell someone who hasn't discovered their why yet? Um, to tell you honestly, with this digital business, the why is the foundation of having this digital business. Because if you don't have a great why,
Mhm.
you cannot thrive in this business. It should be so powerful. That's why I I want to talk to some of, like for example, who wants to do the business. I want to talk to them that what's your why
Mhm.
in doing this digital business. If they will just say supplement income, no, I want a greater why. I want the why that will help you cry, that will make you
Motivation.
cry. Because yeah, yeah, I've cried a lot before, because I've been a father who is away from the son, 2 years of being away from my son because of my job. And of course my wife used to work in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, so I'd cried a lot, long distance relationship.
Mhm.
But that's only my prayer with this business, to have them under in one roof. So as you go along this business, it's really evolving. Your why will really evolve right now. Before, actually, I was able to retire my wife from her job in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, but having here in the US, when we got the opportunity to migrate here, I say to my wife, let's go. This is for the future of our kids. And right now, I have another why again to retire her again from her dialysis nurse job. Okay, so I think that's it. What I would like to tell those who hasn't discovered their why is start small. Think about what excites you, because me, I started with this business is small, but as I learn everything, I learned the basic of this digital business, I keep on pushing. I just stay consistent, and I think consistency is really the key. That's why I'm winning in this digital business. So pay attention to the moments where you feel alive, useful, or impactful. And don't pressure yourself. Your why grows as you do. Just keep moving. Thank you so much, at Angel. I think that's it.
Wow, impactful, being consistent and trying to still do the live even if he is working on his break. You know, guys, if you're on your break and you want to take a lunch, but this man doesn't take a lunch or dinner or whatnot, but his food is live, he shows up for his live for his break. So that's what it shows. Consistency is the key. It's not impossible to do this business really. If you it works around your schedule, and again, if you know, and I like when he said that when he asked somebody, "What is your why?" You have to be teary eyed to say what is your why, because if you just have that itty bitty why, it feels like you're not really chasing, you're not really aggressive enough to chase your dream, because you just have like, I just want something to do, or I just want to have a side hustle. You have to be specific with your why, because that's the one that pushes you to be successful. So thank you so much, Ryan, for that amazing, amazing startup. And our guest, we will save her for last, because we will give her the spotlight to share her story and her answer to these $2 million questions that we have at each and every week. So we will go to Bohol, Philippines. Sis Merced, your floor is yours.
Hello, good morning. It's morning here in the Philippines. So mayong buntag. So thank you for having me here again. This is Merced. I'm live here in Bohol, Philippines. I'm outside our house now. So I'm using my mobile phone instead of my laptop. So I used to be I have been in the business for over 6 years. I started my business when my daughter was still 5 year old, and now my daughter is already 11 year old. So it has been a while since I ran the business. So I used to be in Singapore before. So I am a civil engineer by profession, and a mother of one. And I used to be working outside the country before. So and now I'm here now. Our question for today is, how has knowing your purpose changed the way you show up? Knowing my purpose, before I agree with Sir Ryan when he said you need to know something, your why has to make you cry, something like that. Because before I had my child, I was still I am not yet a mother before. The why is different with the why when I became a mother. So it's more deeper that thinking about my why, raising my child, to be with my child as she grows, is making me teary eyed. Because last time when I don't have a child yet before, wherever I go, it doesn't matter. So when talking about something, when talking about goals, it's just a mere goal. Whether I hit that goal or not, it's not so impactful. But when my child is there, all the things align, and then as it align, all my decision making goes with that, goes with that dream, goes with that purpose, goes with that, the why of staying or being present to my child as she grows. That's my why. And that's the, that's the mere, that's the depth of, that's a depth of why I'm showing up in everything that I'm doing every day. So knowing the depth of that why, knowing the purpose of why I'm doing this, knowing that I wanted to be present to my child as she grows. I don't want to miss the time that my child is growing. Why? Because her childhood is only, it takes only once. Once he grows, once she's big now, she has grown up, I cannot we cannot go back to the childhood that she used to have. So I wanted to maximize that time when she is growing up. So that's the depth of my why. And that's the, knowing that it changes the way I showed up to whatever. I can see the difference because last I has been working in Singapore for many years, and before my child came, it was just, life was just easily, it evolving easily. But when my child is there already, then there's that depth, there's that strength, there's that, is something that mothers only can understand. you know so that's knowing that particular why that makes me teary eyed. It really changed the decision making, the way I'd handle things, everything changed, you know and then, what would the second question is, what would you tell someone who hasn't discovered their why yet? You have to start from small. You started from your current situation. Yeah, you start from where you are now, and get that, anything that is making you cry now, take that, and from there it evolves. As time goes by, it will evolve. So when this particular small why, if you haven't discovered your depth, the deep why yet at the moment, take the small why, and then when small whys every day will bring you into that deeper why. That's what I can say. Because like for me before, I don't know what is my deeper why. I just live as the days goes, one day at a time. It's different when you discover the deep why. Different. So what I can advise to those people that haven't discovered their why yet, take what take the small why, because that small why eventually will lead you to that deeper why. All right? Okay, that's for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Sis Merced. Wow, that is amazing. That is truly amazing. It really turns around if you have a purpose. Like what Sis Merced said is that when she didn't have a child, she was just like, I mean, I'm just doing my thing. I don't have to worry about. Well, I mean, I can travel. I don't have to worry if I leave anybody. I'm just kind of enjoying my life. And so then when she had her daughter, she's like, oh, this is different now. I got to plan around my kid now, and I got to put, and sometimes as parents, we feel like we forget ourselves. Really, a lot of times we forget ourselves because when we didn't have a child, we have been focused on ourselves, thinking that we were focused on ourselves, and then when we have our children, all those shifted. All the things that we have to do is for them now. It's not because I want to, it's because I want it for them, and it's always for them because of how much we want the best for them. So Sis Mer said, I have known her for a while doing this business, and I'm just amazed that she had to drop everything. And, you know, it's being a present parent is her big purpose of why she was an engineer, she was earning good money, and she's like, it's not really worth it if I miss all the milestone of my child. I only have one, you know. So why would I take that risk of missing those milestones for a monetary value? You know, I want to be impactful for my child by being there. So that can't be valued of anything, you know. So and then our on the go, on the speed, as wherever she's at, always on the go in the car. Our other business partner, all the way from Edmonton, Canada, Sis Mako, your turn.
Oh my God. Thank you so much, this angel. So, okay. I am on the road, but I am safely parked. So, just attended the surprise birthday for our manager. So, it got extended because of the Chica Chica. But anyway, thank you, Sis Angel. I was able to join our live tonight, see how portable our business is. So wherever we are, we can do the business and share our stories with you guys. So anyway, I am Mako, based here in Edmonton, in Canada, originally from Cebu, Philippines. So I am a child of God, a public servant, a mom of three, and of course, proud digital business owner. So I'll go directly to our $2 million question for tonight. So for me, like for our first $1 million question, so how has knowing my purpose changed the way I show up? So for me, discovering my purpose was like putting on a pair of clear glasses, clearer than my glasses tonight.
Mm,
Uh, Before, like, it was just like I was just doing things because like I had to do them. Like it has to be done, right?
mhm,
But when you know your purpose, like it seems to me that every action that I do feels connected to like something bigger, right? Than just the plain sense of like doing it because you need to do, right? So I had a practical shift, like especially when I started this business. I show up with more confidence because I know what I stand for. It's just not like, a top reason. Like, there's a deeper meaning to what I do, right?
mhm,
Even not in business, not only in business, but in my career, in public service, and even personal, and even to the community, right? And I strive to be more consistent. So strive is the word because that's still there's still like a lots of room for improvement for me in terms of consistency. So I strive to be more consistent, and my knowing my purpose that keeps me grounded, no, to be consistent, and even on hard days, because it's very difficult to be consistent on difficult days, right? um I'm becoming more what do you see, intentional in how I use my time, my energy, especially with the mindset. Like, that's really, it's really like connected. And even, opportunities that I say yes or no to, right? So that's a big shift for me by
mhm,
knowing my purpose. So, our purpose doesn't need, like, does our purpose doesn't make our life easier. That's for me, but for me, it gives meaning to every effort I make every
mhm,
day, right? So that's for my first $1 million question. And then the second $1 million question. So, what would I tell someone who hasn't discovered their why yet?
mhm,
I would like to encourage, because like everyone is not on the same, degree of awareness, right? As to knowing our why. Like, it's
mhm,
okay. Like right now, you're watching us live or you're watching the replay. It's okay right now while you're watching us not to know your why yet, right? Like, it's not an instant, it doesn't just come, but it has to be a conscious effort to really dig deeper and, ask yourself, why am I doing this? Why is it important to me? Uh, why did I start my business, right? So, as
mhm,
what our bro Ryan and Stephen, like, your why should make you cry, right? It should be like, you should feel it deep within within your heart, right? So, you will not know your why right away, right? Um, but you don't have to pressure yourself to, force it out, because I think it's best that it will come naturally. Like, okay, yeah, And yeah, that's it. So just have it natural. Don't pressure yourself. And
Mm-hmm.
to guide you, especially if you don't still like you don't know your why. Like for example, even career, like why did you, why did I apply for this job or why am I working here? Like right. So you can start by asking like what excites you or your passion, right? Or what breaks your heart or for me like it's really a big question for me like what impact do you want to make
Mm-hmm.
within your family within your in your career, in the business, in our online community, then you can even go back to the small pieces in your life, like patterns in your life, like you know, those even reveal your like it will reveal your big purpose, like experiences you had, the hardships, right? So it will help you find your why, and then it also helps like if you want to try new things, right? So um like we were talking about purpose in the first $1 million question. So our purpose is often like we discover it uh through by actually doing it, like you experience, right? By not just reflecting or thinking about it. So yeah, don't worry if you still haven't find your biggest why right now, because it will unfold in time. And then just continue to be aware, and especially like if there's really a need for you to know it, then it might like work if you really have that, you give time to yourself, you spend time to really dig deeper into your heart to really know why are you doing this thing or whatever you are into, right? So I think that's it for me, this Angel. Thank you.
Thank you. The on the go person in the car having still able to show up. And again, that shows the flexibility of the business guys, And,
Mm-hmm.
not to prolong this, but we will give a spotlight to our guest tonight. She is Miss Mary, originally from Kenya and now living in Texas. She's a single mom of two beautiful daughters, and she is working in healthcare. We want to we want to put the stage to her so she'll share her story and her answer to the question about the purpose of knowing your purpose and how to tell people that haven't really know what their why is. So we'll bring her on stage. Sis Mary, hello.
Hello, 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 hello. Thank you so much, our host tonight, Angela, and also our business partners. This question is so powerful. And before I begin, my name's Mary Agumba. Just as Angela has said, I'm a mother of two beautiful girls. My background has been in healthcare and community services. Originally, I'm from Kenya and I reside in the USA. I'm a mentor. I teach everyday people on how to start their online business through a step by step training. Yeah, so thank you so much for that powerful question. How has knowing your purpose changed the way you show up? And I believe my business partners have really shared the ins about purpose. And, as we all know, knowing your purpose or purpose itself is a guiding light to our lives. I love what Mako said. You know, when you get the clarity after knowing your own purpose, it's like you've taken your glasses in, and there's light that shines. You're able to see clearly. It gives you some clarity. So personally, the way purpose has changed the way I show up is first by knowing who I am, you know, and why am I living? I think those are the very exact things that I had to ask myself. Why am I living? I had to self reflect myself first, you know, to truly know what matters in my life. And the moment I knew what matters in my life, it pushes me away not to compare myself with others, but just to walk my own journey because, when you know your identity, when you know who you are, it's so hard for you to be shaken. Remember, there is a light that has already opened in your life. So, knowing my purpose also gave me a direction. you know. It's given me direction. No matter what I do, I know there is timing, there is alignment, you know. And the beauty about is, especially with the business we are doing right now, we'll see the difference. Maybe some people make it within a year, some people 2 years, some people 3 years, some people 5 years, some people. So it doesn't really matter. And that's why purpose is so important, you know, because it comes with alignment. I believe the timing is the most important thing. So knowing my purpose has made me be present in everything that I do. I try to be present. And I believe that comes with a lot of consistency, you know, and resilience, you know, especially we as business partners. And that's why, for those that are watching us tonight, you can already tell. You see, Meko is already, she is in her car, but she has to pull aside and do what? And join the conference. Ryan is working her part time job and he has to jump in. And truly, that shows the reason why we are here, our purpose in life. And it's not only about ourselves, you know, purpose comes with making a difference, sharing the opportunity, being an impact to many people. You know, it's not only about the money part of it. It's more than the what we receive. I believe it's the giving out. You know, what are you giving out? What impact are you giving out? So I think for me, the most important thing about purpose and the way it has changed my life, it is that alignment that has been so powerful when I realized my purpose in life. So I another question that was brought forth, I believe this is uh, what would you tell someone who hasn't discovered their why yet? So, you know, for those people who haven't discovered their why, your why to me, I believe means your purpose. What is that that drives you every day? What is that that, you know, you sleep, you wake up, it's something that kind of it would worry you know, or something you feel like you really want to do all the time. So with that question, for that person that is out there and you haven't discovered your why, I think the first thing is give yourself grace. It does not happen in an overnight. You know, before the clarity comes, there's some darkness in life. And that's why, too, when we share this opportunity with others, there's skepticism. You know, a lot of people would become so skeptical. Some people would call you a scammer. You'll get all the names, you'll get all the doubts. But the beauty about it is when you know your purpose again, nothing shakes you because you have a guiding light. You know where you're going to. They cannot see it, it's you who sees it. And that's why, to me, I always say, you know, live unbothered life. Because people will always talk, people will always throw words on you, but don't get bothered because you know who you are. It becomes a difference, you know. So, with that said, I believe another thing that I would throw out there is how do you discover your why? First is through self reflection. What truly matters in your life? What is that that really matters in your life? You know, you have to find what matters in your life. And secondly, identify your values. What do you stand for? When you know your values, then you will know truly what you stand for in life. And the third thing is find your gift. What are your gifts? What are your talents? What lights you up every day when you wake up from your bed? What is that lights you up? And with this said, I believe this gives you a gateway to truly know your purpose, to truly know your why. And I'm going to end with a quote. And this quote is a quote that truly woke me up when I was so blinded in life. And this quote is from Dr. Miles Monroe. And the quote says, "The greatest tragedy in life is not death, but a life without a purpose." It's a life without a purpose. Death is inevitable. We shall all pass through that path of death. But living without a purpose is worse. You know, it's like you've lost your entire life, not doing the things that you are ordained to do in life. So, as we close, I hope this inspires someone out there. For those that are watching us, it doesn't matter the time, but I believe it's a time for you to get out of that place. It takes a little step. It doesn't happen in an overnight. This is a community. Remember, you can never do it by yourself. You need a community of like-minded individuals. You need a community that has a purpose. And that's why I love this community, because it's not only about earning, it's about impact. It's about sharing the opportunity, changing lives. That's the key to why we are living in this world. That should be the key of our purpose in life. So for those that are watching us, you have all the links in front of you. The websites are all in front of you. You can sign in with any one of us. We shall walk you through on how to start your digital business online. Thank you so much, our host, Angela. Bye.
Thank you so much, Sis Mary. Oh my gosh. I don't know. I was this whole week of meeting different business partners. It's really mind blowing, really amazing stories, and it. I still haven't. I'm still not even halfway of all the people that's in the business. So I feel like it's so inspiring that there's people out there that still haven't given up, and in spite of, and I like that quote that you said, death, we all gonna go there at some
Mm-hmm.
point, right? But if you continue to live like you're a dead person, what more to live, right? it's
Yeah,
it's not, there's nothing to live if you're not really doing what your purpose is. Or
right.
and I also like what you said about this business, that we are changing lives. Yes, guaranteed you're gonna get something financially, and that's really a bonus. But you
Mm-hmm.
know we all have, we all want to have money for sure, and money is just a value, like a monetary value that we could say, oh, we don't have to worry about but how did you make a change to that person when that person signed up in your website? What change did you give to that person?
You're right.
you know it doesn't matter if this person is gonna give you more partners, but when that person jumped in, what impact did you made that person stay and
Mm-hmm.
continue to be with you? So that's very, very I love that. I love that whole how you guys answer the question, and how you guys share the clarity, the consistency, and how those people that, I mean, I'm still kind of discovering my why, and it's a process. It's not
Mm-hmm.
always gonna happen. But thank you so much. We have our links here, and I know that Sis Merced is in the Philippines, and she is going in and out with her signal. And Brother Ryan is working. Like I said, guys, this is how flexible this business is. My sister over here is in the car. You know, we can do this anywhere. You know, you attend a party, you remember you had a live, and you're like, oh my gosh, I need to jump into my live. So I have a work, I have a part time job. Oh, I have a break. I'm going to jump into a live. So, you know, share this business. We have our links, we have our faces. Connect with us, and we will see you guys in the inside because this is a life changing business, not just for you, but for the people around you. So take that leap of faith, make a difference, change lives, like what Sis Mary said, and live a life with purpose. So have a good night, everyone. We will see you again next Thursday with another guest,
Thank
and
you.
hopefully, you guys have a great weekend. Take care, guys.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye
God
bye. Thank
bless.
you.